All right, man. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure everything good. Yeah, we good. I think. Yeah, we good. uh, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. Uh, Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. By the way, as you know, you always can send a super chat if you want to. But hey, PayPal, Cash App, share the video. That's the best way to help the channel out. Courtney Richardson, salute. Yesterday I missed because I had some laptop issues. So I got to find me a new laptop or find me another laptop in the house. I can't go to Chrome because I can't use my program on my Chromebook. So I got to find another laptop. But y'all see we talking about the double standards and hypocrisy starring Bud, Terence Bud Crawford, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, and then we talk a little bit about the Dillian Whyte situation being reinstated as interim WBC title holder. So in the mandatory for Deontay Wilder in February 2021. But let's talk, man. It's a lot of things going around. I was watching one of Wood videos, and he had me on the flow, and it was a beauty shop conversation. He was talking about he had a caller that called in, and like, man, check the community tab. I put Wood version in there, man. It was crazy, man. But you know, it just seemed like when it come to YouTube, it seemed like nobody really got a code. Mr. Charles salute. Nobody really got no code no more, man. It's like it's straight fanboy. Like, I'm riding with you no matter if you did wrong, no matter if you rob a bank, kill 5 children, set a church on fire. I'm riding with you, and if somebody I don't like or that's not my immediate, like circle, if he, basically still a 50-cent piece of candy from the dollar store, then we just gonna act like he gonna act like we gonna be mortified at what he done. You know what I'm saying? And this the reason for that video, for this live stream, because it's just too much inconsistency across the board, and it's a lot of people following different people that's giving out different information. You know what I'm saying? Now it's to the point where you'll think Terence Crawford ain't a brother of the community. You know what I'm saying? He ain't a black dude. They got a black girlfriend and got an all black family, black mom, and take care of his household. But it's like this. As long as Errol Spence, and if he come back healthy, God willing, as long as Errol Spence and Danny Garcia and Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? And I'm throwing Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather in there. If Floyd gonna come back, he in there too. As long as them dudes on that side of the street avoid Errol Spence, I'm not gonna hold Anthony Joshua accountable for what he doing to Wilder. I'm not gonna hold Canelo and Triple G and Demetrius Andrade accountable on what they doing to Jamal Charlo. I'm not gonna hold none of these dudes accountable, because how can I? How can I sit here and ignore what's going on with Crawford and Charlo, and then blast AJ for Wilder? It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You gotta keep it 100. And I know it's exceptions to the rule. You can be like, oh, Deontay, he a real brother, he do this. So is Terence Crawford. So is Crawford. Crawford from the mud. You know what I'm saying? Chuck salute. Crawford from the mud. Deontay from the mud. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say, oh, AJ this. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm not about to ask. That's like asking somebody to do something that you wouldn't do. Like, why? I mean, come on, why should AJ step to the forefront, heavyweight or not, and he getting all this money? Like, he getting a lot of money. 75, 80, 30, whatever he getting all this money, right? And you want him to do something that nobody else in boxing is doing. You know what I'm saying? You want me, oh, okay, let me go fight Deontay Wilder and make the same money. He gonna make the same money. But then again, for Errol Spence, oh, he got options. Errol Spence can fight Danny. He can fight Sean again. He can fight Pacquiao. He can possibly fight Floyd. He can fight Lipinets. Oh, he don't have to fight Terence Crawford. Well, no, neither do motherfucking Anthony Joshua. Neither do Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua could fight Puev and still get the bag in the UK. Anthony Joshua could fight Usyk and still get the bag in the UK. Anthony Joshua, he can stop all this Tyson Fury and Wilder stuff if he wanted to. He could fight Tyson Fury, and Wilder wouldn't have an opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like if he got options for days, he don't need Deontay Wilder. You know, he don't need him. Ricky salute. He don't need him. So you know, at the end of the day, it's crazy because you look at today, right? And there's so many mixed emotions. You know what I'm saying about what's going on Crawford, but nobody, real talk, nobody on the other side wanna address the elephant in the room. You know, if AJ soft, then what's Errol Spence? The difference between AJ and Errol Spence is AJ from the UK and Errol Spence from Dallas, Texas. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the complete difference. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Like that's the difference. People in America, they got behind Errol Spence. They're like, okay, we like Errol Spence, and Errol Spence is the guy, and he top dog, and you know we gonna get behind Errol Spence because he from this guy's hometown or whatever. That's the difference, though. That's the absolute difference is region and who you choose and choose not to support. Because if you go across the pond and you talk to Hatman and Boxing Beats and Crimes and you talk to some of them, they feel the exact same way about AJ than some black people or people over here. It's just not black people. People over here in the United States. That's the difference. It is depending on which side of the table you're sitting on. That's it. They both said some questionable stuff. You could say AJ say I didn't see the $50 million offer. What if that's true? Because PBC speaking code all the time. Like Kenny Porter and them would be like, or Keith Thurman, like, oh, I didn't get an offer. You know, I didn't. They mean I didn't get a physical offer, but you got a phone call. So you gotta be technical with these dudes. Oh, I didn't get a. Oh yeah, they asked me about the fight. You know, oh no. I took the Pacquiao fight. You know, that's why Keith Thurman got the Pacquiao fight. Because if Keith Thurman didn't get the Pacquiao fight, Bob Arum probably opened the book up to him. But and that's what I'm talking about. People don't understand that. You go back and watch the interview I put up with Keith Thurman. You watch the full interview to get the gist of it. But you go watch the clip I put up there. He could not say Terence Crawford's name. That's a fact. That's a fact. Why can't I compare Crawford to Charlo? He said that man, Coward, tell him to accept the offer. Well, it may not have been a formal offer. Can you really believe Demetrius Andrade? Can you? Can you really believe Demetrius Andrade? That's the question. Can't. A lot of this stuff is speculation until like a guy like Keith Thurman said, yeah, they contact me. We had some talk about the fight, and you know, I talked to Al, and Al offered me Manny Pacquiao. That's exactly what that meant. So you can't just sit here and say Dr. Lick salute. You can't sit here and say, you know, Crawford, Duck, and Porter talking about their friends. Porter said the same thing. What you talking about? Kenny Porter said the same thing. They all said the same thing. That's Kenny Porter and Boxing Voice said that's something they got to talk about. Well, but let's just talk about Sean Porter for a minute, right? What does Sean Porter bring to the table? Seriously, what does Sean Porter bring to the table? What? Everybody didn't beat up Sean Porter. Seriously, what do Sean Porter? What only thing Bud can do versus Sean Porter is be the first man to stop him. That's a God honest truth. So if he like if we gonna put it together, like Sean Porter sent the offer to Bud. Did Al Heyman send a former contract to Bud? Did he contact Bud about fighting Sean Porter? But why do I want the D level guy? Come on, Keith Thurman and beat him. Kell Brookman beat him. He had a draw with Julio Diaz. He lost to Errol Spence. So, I mean, even if Bud go out there and knock out Sean Porter, and I'm speaking facts, even if Bud go out there and knock out Sean Porter, what they gonna say? Oh, Sean Porter was old. Oh, Sean Porter was weight drained. Oh, Errol Spence softened him up. See, why do we got to go through the chain of command though? At the end of the day, it's one fight that people want to see when Errol Spence was healthy. It's Errol Spence fight. Why we got to do the triangle theory is what I'm saying. Oh, you know, the only way it ain't the triangle theory is if you fight Keith Thurman, if you fight Danny Garcia. But at this point, what do they bring to the table? They don't have a belt. They told Bud to get a belt. So I got to take on the G League. That's what I'm saying. I got to take on the G League. Thurman got beat. Danny got beat multiple times. Sean got beat multiple times. At the end of the day, I'm trying to be undisputed. So what do I mean? At the end of the day, you could have sent one of these dudes over here to begin with when they had a title. He said, did Porter call out Bud on any platform? I don't remember when he called him out. But I do remember him saying that's something that it was after he fought Yugas. He said that's something to him. He said the same thing Terence said. He said that's something that we had to talk about, and we close friends, and that's something that we have to talk about. But is that the fight I want to see? I mean, I take it if he gonna fight dudes like the Mean Machine. I take it. But at the end of the day, what do that prove? It's just gonna be the only way he gonna get his credit is if he beat Errol Spence, unless he moving up. That's the only reason. At the end of the day, what does Crawford beating Porter prove? Tell me, what do it prove? What does it prove? Come on, what does it prove? Kell Brook did it. Julio Diaz got a draw. Keith Thurman did it years ago. Errol Spence just did it. So what? I mean, what does it prove? Because people go back and don't give him credit for being really the first guy to stop Felix Diaz. The first guy to legitimately. Oh man, this shit, man. I don't know what tip this shit on. Yeah, my bad. I don't know, but at the end of the day, what does it prove? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it ain't a good fight. But what does it prove for his legacy? He says, and all these cats, with exceptions of Wilder, are ducking the top. No, they not. People can make a case Wilder was ducking. What are you talking about? Crawford got a better case than Wilder. Come on. Wilder was offered a 3-fight, $100 million contract. And even if AJ still got beat by Andy Ruiz, if I wanted to play devil's advocate, his fight versus Luis Ortiz, if I'm right, he got 20 the first fight, so they leave 80. He would have got $40 million to fight Luis Ortiz if they would have approved him. And then he could have been rematching AJ, or he could have got a free $40 million payday. So even if AJ still refused to fight him, right? Let's just say AJ still refused to fight him. He got a free $100 million fighting who he want to fight. They'd paid him 20 to fight Ortiz. So if they want to throw $80 million, if they want to throw $80 million down the drain and have Wilder fight Luis Ortiz or Konowski for $80 million to boost their platform, well, sign me up. So you can't say that, bro. Come on, he made a guarantee of $20 million fighting Luis Ortiz. He said, why sign? What you mean? Why sign? Who Wilder signed? 100 million reasons why. What you mean? He didn't make no $40 million fighting Luis Ortiz. It's basic math. You got 20 to fight Dominic Breazeale. Showtime and CBS matched that 20. Right? He supposed to get the AJ fight in the second fight of the deal. AJ lost. He under contract for $40 million fight. They would have probably let him fight Luis Ortiz. That's $40 million he would have made. Okay, AJ won the rematch, right? The DAZN got money to pay the sanctioned belt bodies just to step away. And if not, if AJ still refused to fight Wilder, that's another free $40 million fight. Could have fought Konowski, could have fought Dillian Whyte. At the end of the day, you walk away with $100 million. I ain't trying to count nobody's pocket. Thank you. Riley Foster said the bet $100 million with or without Joshua. Then you could have walked. If all the paperwork and the language was cool. At the end of the day, all these dudes some liars though, man. At the end of the day, if it's $100 million, the reason the deal fell apart from Wilder camp and from his own camp because they wouldn't tell him how much Joshua was getting for the fight. That's point blank, period. He said out his own mouth. Like, they ain't tell me how much Joshua was getting. And that's why he walked away from the deal. I mean, really, who you not fighting in this division for $40 million? Who you not fighting in this division? Even if they pick your opponent. Trevor Bryan, Big Baby Miller, with or without pads, Dillian Whyte. Come on. I mean, I can make a case. I'm not saying that he did duck, but I can make a case. El Jefe, salute. MM Sports Talk, salute. Renardo, salute. I can make a case. I'm not saying this is what it is, but you got to look at it from all sides, bro. Come on. At the end of the day, like with Terence Crawford, man, the proof's in the pudding, dude. They stopped acknowledging the whole sanctioning belt body. And what is it, 2019? 6 years ago, I believe the WBO sued Al Heyman, along with Oscar De La Hoya and Top Ranks, Bob Arum's Top Rank. They didn't stop acknowledging the WBO through the lawsuit. Just be objective for a minute. Okay, when WBO was part of the lawsuit, they didn't stop suing them. 2013. When did Peter Quillen hold that belt? Obviously Wilder is not the A side, bro. I'm just keeping it real. If AJ around here it's true he getting $75, $85 million, he just broke a UK pay-per-view box office record. You know, and I understand it's only 27 pounds. But like I said before, I said this a long time ago when we was around here battling this Wilder Joshua stuff. And like I said, I could still care less if the fight happened or not. My stance don't change. But with Deontay Wilder is how you the A side, bro? How? This man just made almost $100 million. This man don't need and Deontay Wilder. He don't. And then when you look at it, Chuck, you gotta blame Al Heyman. Who made Anthony Joshua a champion, Chuck? Tell me. Who made Anthony Joshua a champion? I'm trying to see when he had this WBO. Yeah, Peter Quillen had the WBO in 2013 when I think they were suing him. Yeah, and he fought for it again in 2015. I knew I wasn't slow. So they was acknowledging the WBO through the lawsuit. Let me see. Hold on. I think this lawsuit was hold on. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, it was like 2015-13. So Peter Quillen dropped his title and then came back almost exactly a year later and fought Andy Lee for the title. In 2015, while the lawsuit was filed. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm saying, bro. I'm not like I said before. It's just what I'm saying. I'm like the WBO was suing Al Heyman, but he still was acknowledging, and one of his fighters still was fighting for the belt. You know what I'm saying? So if one of his fighters still fighting for the belt, you know, and they suing him, all of a sudden when Terence Bud Crawford, Mark salute, when Terence Bud Crawford come through, when Terence Bud Crawford came through, and then they stopped acknowledging the whole WBO belt. I'm just trying to make this make sense. This is it. I mean, when Crawford get the belt, when Jeff Horn had it, everybody wanted the WBO belt. Danny Garcia, Errol Spence wanted to crack at Jeff Horn. Before that, when Manny Pacquiao had it, everybody wanted to crack at Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Then Jeff Horn got it. Everybody, when Bud got it, all of a sudden, nobody wanted the belt. Then, you blink your eye twice. Then we don't acknowledge the WBO. Then you blink your eye, maybe a year later, around a year and some change later. Now all of a sudden, PBC just put a petition in for Brian Carlos Castanos to fight Patrick Teixeira as his first mandatory after he won a vacant WBO. So to tell me now you petition one of your fighters and Brian Carlos Castanos to fight for the WBO, but yet again, you didn't acknowledge it when Andy Ruiz got it. He was just the IBF WBC title holder on Fox pay-per-view. Whenever they showed it on Fox. Oh, they don't acknowledge Bud. The WBO don't exist. But all of a sudden, it exists when you want it to exist. All of a sudden, now Brian Carlos Castanos is fighting for the WBO. Come on. That was a year. Bud won that belt last June, bro. Bud won that belt last June or July. So now you fast forward to last week. This was what? Last week was like what? December, November? It's over a year. He said Pacquiao was old. I'd rather see Crawford versus what I mean, at the end of the day, what do he got to gain from being Sean Porter? What? I agree, Pacquiao need to move on. But guess what? He beat Manny Pacquiao, he get a belt. Those are facts. He beat Floyd Mayweather. No matter how old Floyd is, he get the most credit in the world. At the end of the day, y'all want to. This is what y'all trying to do, right? This is what y'all trying to do. Shout out to Michael Gray. Salute to Omaha. This is what y'all trying to do. Y'all take a girl, right? You and your boys in high school, whatever you want to do it. All right, let's just say you and your boys. Your boy Mike, he got the girl. He did what he did with the girl. Your boy Thomas, he do what he do with the girl. Your boy Vic, he do what he do with the girl. Your boy Sam, he do what he do with the girl. Now you batting cleanup. You know what I'm saying? Now you taking Brittany. You the fifth dude out the crew to have Brittany. How do that sound? Come on. How did that sound? I could put it in. It's probably going to purse bit. I can put it in another way. Who wanna be the last person to go to the buffet before Golden Corral shut down? Seriously, who wanna be the last person to go to the buffet? Real talk. Who wanna go to the buffet after the food had been cold? After all your aunties, your grandmas, and everybody in the restaurant and took the hot food. Now you got the cold food. Come on, man. That's Sean Porter, man. Everybody didn't have Sean Porter. I ain't being disrespectful. And my Blueface boys, I ain't trying to get disrespectful. Yeah, but we just keeping it real. Like, come on, y'all. Like, what do Sean Porter bring to when he had a belt, he didn't want to fight. When he had a belt, he didn't want to fight. Come on, Yuga's fight probably more meaningful than that. All of a sudden, Sean Porter wasn't nothing. Sean Porter wasn't nothing. Y'all was degrading Sean Porter. K Diddy all in the video. Oh, Errol Spence gonna knock him out in 5. This ain't gonna go past 6. Sean Porter wasn't nothing. He wasn't even an old school quarterback of chips. Now you fast forward, he almost took Errol Spence to the brink. And all of a sudden he everybody's favorite lovable loser. He everybody's favorite lovable loser. No, we don't want no Sean Porter. For what? Well, what I'm gonna get credit for? Errol Spence leftovers? Come on, Kell Brook leftovers? Everybody done beat up on Sean Porter? Come on. Tell Sean Porter go get a belt and we can fight. That's what I tell him. Go get a belt. Now you ain't got nowhere to go. You done lost to the pinnacle of the division. You done lost to the... Just a minute ago, y'all was saying Yugas beat him. Now they love K Diddy. Oh, you's a great father. You the father of the year. You Tim the Tool Man from Home Improvement, raising your son. Ah, come on, man, get up out of here. Come on, get up out of here, man. Come on, not Porter the best welterweight. Come on, ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. Name to add to the resume. I'm the 5th dude to beat Sean Porter. I'm the 5th. What is it? He had a draw with Julio. He lost to Keith. He lost to Kale. He had a close fight with Danny. He lost to Errol. No, 3 or 4 guys, bro. Like, come on. What you expect? When I had a belt and we couldn't unify, he wasn't trying to get me. That's like you being a baller. You was a regular dude in high school. You know, you was cool, you was chill. You had your FUBU Platinum on and your Fat Farm on. You was okay. But now Shaquisha see you, 10 years later and she kind of big and now you doing good, no kids, you got a good job, you got the dope ride, you got the nice house. Now she want to holler at you. Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. At least Danny only been beat by Sean and Keith. At least Danny a name. If Danny and Terence fight on the East Coast, that's a good fight. Sean and Terence is another Amir Khan type of fight. That's all that is. That's another Amir Khan type of fight. And then you fight Sean coming off a loss. So shouldn't Sean have to build himself back up? Come on, man. And I already know for a fact PBC already talked to Kenny and them about that fight. I'd rather see Bud move up and fight Castano so the Teixeira winner. To be honest. And all of a sudden, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, everybody love. Then remember it was just Kell Brook before Sean Porter and Errol Spence. Oh, Terence Crawford, they create narratives to protect Errol Spence. That's all it's about. It's a narrative. Once he beat Sean Porter, he should fight Keith next. Or once he beat Keith, he should fight Yugas next. When he beat he need to beat Lipinets next. Or when he beat Lipinets, he need to fight Danny Garcia. Anything to protect Errol Spence. This is what it boiled down to. Anything to protect Errol Spence. This is what it boiled down. I'm not blaming Anthony Joshua no more, bro. I'm not blaming Anthony Joshua no more. Y'all can't do that, bro. Y'all can't have another set of rules for Joshua and a set of rules for Errol Spence. No. Brother or not brother. You can't have 2 sets of rules. At all. If Wilder got to suffer, or if Terence got to suffer, so do Wilder. If Terence and Wilder got to suffer, so do Jamal and Charlo. It's just the pecking order. You can't have a different set of rules and apply pressure to this. Oh, Canelo need to do this, and Joshua need to do this, but Errol don't need to do that. Nah, bro. Nah, dog. Nah. Nah, it shouldn't work that way. But a lot of people a lot of people just gonna have their set of rules. And if none of them 3 fights don't happen, so be it. We got to move on and do something else. But no, like everything is to protect Errol Spence. That's what it is. Let's just keep it real. Even the hardcore Errol Spence fans know. Even the hardcore Errol Spence fans know that Terence Crawford fight. It's gonna be a chance. It's gonna be a 75% chance of precipitation that night. It's gonna be some dudes sitting in Texas. It's gonna be some dudes sitting in New York. It's gonna be some dudes in SoCal. It's gonna be some dudes in Milwaukee. It's gonna be some dudes in Florida. It's gonna be raindrops. I wish raindrops will. It's gonna be raining. You ain't gonna have to wish for the raindrops. It's gonna be a full flood that day. It's gonna be a lot of. How can I say it? Damage control. It's gonna be a lot of excuse making. See, we're gonna have our excuses when the fight happens. If the fight happened from a year now, you're gonna have Crawford fans saying, "Oh, Errol Spence aged him out. Bud got old." Fight happened down the line. Oh, if it wasn't for the accident, even without the accident, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Errol Spence was weight drained. You hear it after the Sean Porter fight. Oh, Errol Spence gaining too much weight in between fights, and he need to be more diligent and more disciplined and how he control his body. You Bushido, salute. Y'all subscribe to Bushido Boxing. He need to be more disciplined. And at the end of the day, remember people say, "Oh, Errol Spence, he gonna be more disciplined going into this Danny Garcia fight." Look at him. He back in the gym working out right after the fight. What'd he go do? Headshot, drank. Pull up, drank. Why you babysitting? 1 and 2 shots. I'm a drink a swimming pool. You're diving. Oh man. Oh man, I'm getting disrespectful in here. Just because I had 1 or 2 drinks, I'm an alcoholic. I'm just trying to. I'm being nice today, bro. Man, I'm being nice today, bro. Like I said before, it would surprise me that nigga racked the foe just to avoid that man. Now y'all putting up defense mechanisms and barriers. Not Crawford got to go to Jerusalem and get a cup of water out the river. You know what I'm saying? Then he got to bring it back at 10 degrees exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now they creating barricade, narrative after narrative because they know what's gonna happen, bro. They know what's gonna happen, bro. They know what's gonna happen. I don't have to create a narrative for Bud at all. There's no narrative need to be created. You know what I'm saying? What do I have to create it for? He applying the pressure. He want the fights. They hiding. They can't say his name. You know what I'm saying? They look at this Keith Thurman video. Oh yeah, I'm talking about him. He can't say his name. Come on, man. What Teofimo Lopez Sr. says today on Fight Hype. He said, "I know Floyd fighters. I know Floyd fighters. They ain't allowed to say Teofimo name. They're not allowed to say a certain boxer name over there." He right. They being coached and Jamal Charlo, to switch gears, Jamal Charlo got in trouble for saying Terence. They was mad at Jamal Charlo for saying Terence Crawford name. A lot of people don't be surprised if they try to put him in a lose-lose situation when he go on the shelf. He said, "I'm just like Terence Crawford. We in the same situation." And the PBC people got mad because he said that. Coffee salute. Y'all should subscribe to the Coffee Universe channel. It ain't no respect Bud. It don't respect Bud. Can't tell the truth. Tell the truth. Why they not acknowledging him? It's not, oh, he need to fight Sean. He need to fight Lipinets. We passed that. It ain't nothing but, man, they could have did that. Who he just fought? They could have sent Danny Garcia over last March. They could have did something between March and now. They could have seen Lipinets over there. They could have seen Yugas over there. Bo Mack said, "We'll fight Yugas. We want to get our get back from the amateurs." They had Jamal James, Antonio DeMarco, Josito Lopez, all these different names, Adrian Broner. I mean, nobody wants to see Ivan Reddy. All these different dudes they got over there. They only got 3 belts over there. Everybody can't keep fighting. And if you look at it, y'all talking about progression. Progression. Why is Errol Spence still at 147? To be honest, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. He was supposed to beat up Keith Thurman and Sean Porter years ago. Errol Spence supposed to be at 54 handling business. Errol Spence supposed to be at 54 handling business. No, PBC ain't got to promote Crawford. They ain't got to do no promotion. Make the fight. Just like they made Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Make the fight. Come on. They talking about Lipinets and fighting Qdoba, who just beat Luis Collazo. They were talking about Kanaki and Pulev. They were talking about doing a few fights before Ruiz and Joshua went the way it went. So if they can fight Joshua, if they can make Fury and Wilder, why they could never make Errol Spence? Y'all better open your eyes, bro. Y'all better open your eyes. Notice. They knew Fury and Joshua was gonna happen next year. They already had as soon as Errol Spence fought, I knew he was fighting Danny Garcia. I told y'all that. Danny Garcia was gonna get the fight. It was word that Danny Garcia didn't want the fight. He was gonna go another direction. You know what I'm saying? And guess what happened? Danny Garcia right to fight, jump in the ring. So why did they already have the Danny Garcia Errol Spence date already determined for January 25th? Why? Because they know once they made Fury and Wilder and they made that official, people was gonna be asking, "Oh, what about Crawford and Errol Spence?" I'm telling y'all what it is, bro. This ain't no secret. I told y'all about Mikey. Right now, y'all, Mikey would be tuning up on Top Rank. If he look good at 40, he can make 135. You know, after Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez fight, you know, you would have seen Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia next year. But who came in and beat Captain Saberho? It was Al Heyman. Or we gonna get Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, the Manny Pacquiao fight. That's what happened with that. Y'all wanna know why nobody get mad at Al Heyman for giving Mikey Garcia the Manny Pacquiao fight? Nobody get mad at that. People might say, "Oh, he don't deserve to fight," or whatever, blase this, blase that. But Errol Spence was never getting the Manny Pacquiao fight. He was never getting that fight. Mayweather gonna come back and take that fight unless it's an injury or he got a change of heart. I know that for a fact that they was begging Mayweather to come back. Mayweather kept setting his price too high. They was begging Mayweather to come back to fight Manny Pacquiao. So I've been told y'all that Errol Spence wasn't getting that fight. That's why I was pushing to Keith Thurman to win. That's why I was pushing for Keith Thurman to win so bad. I was telling y'all. I was like, "Hey man, y'all want Keith Thurman to keep that belt? Because if Pacquiao get the belt, they're gonna do the Mayweather rematch. What's gonna happen? Come on, what's gonna happen?" But it's sad how people think. Like y'all really twisted up and believing Errol Spence and PBC is really trying to do what's best for boxing. No, if they did what's best for boxing, Errol Spence would be going out the division by now. If they did what's best, even if they did what's best for Errol Spence's career, he'd have been already beat up Keith Thurman years ago, beat up Sean Porter, beat up Danny Garcia. We wouldn't even be having this discussion. We wouldn't be having this discussion. Wouldn't be a discussion to have. Errol Spence would be at 54. It wouldn't be no Manny Pacquiao fight. All PBC do is they try to please the individual fighter. That's it. They pleased Floyd Mayweather and kept Keith Thurman away. Kept Keith Thurman away. Now they bring Manny Pacquiao over here and they please the Manny Pacquiao, keeping Errol Spence away. Come on now, look at Keith Thurman's career. Keith Thurman had the potential to be a pay-per-view star. Real talk. Keith Thurman had the potential. What they do? They financially took the fight out of Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman getting $3.5 to fight Leonard Bundu. $3.5 million to fight Leonard Bundu. Getting all that money to fight Guerrero. He fought Danny, he fought Sean, and by that time, you know, when he fought Danny, it was over with. His prime was out. It was done. His prime was done. And y'all don't see the same repetitive nature what Al Heyman is doing. A lot of them dudes not even gonna be 2 division champions, bro. A lot of them dudes they ain't gonna be 3 division champions. Look how old those dudes is. Keith Thurman, 30 something. 30 what? 31, 32. Sean Porter, 31, 32. Danny Garcia, he up there, 31, 32. He a 2 division title holder though, for sure. He got the best resume on PBC roster besides like Manny Pacquiao. And that was because of Oscar De La Hoya. I ain't I don't care what they be saying over there, man. I don't care. But shout out to Harlem Night, man. These dudes trying to catch up. And that's the God honest truth. These dudes trying to catch up. When I'm wrong, I'm like, oh, you said this, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I give my reasoning for why. I don't change the narrative. These dudes want to be like me, dog. To be honest, and I ain't trying to toot my own horn. They want to be individuals, dude. I ain't no person that try to like to run no group. No way, bro. I don't like teamwork. I don't like teamwork. I like me work. Take the first few, take a couple letters out of teamwork. Just give me the ME. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to depend on me. At the end of the day, I do all my editing. At the end of the day, I don't have to count on nobody else to do this and do that. And guess what? I done wrecked a lot of relationships standing on my morals. But how many dudes got the integrity or got the standards, man? It's a lot of dudes that don't want to associate with me. But guess what? When some shit go wrong and they don't know why their computer doing this or that, oh, what you use? Guess what? I still help them out. And I don't toot my horn. I don't toot my horn. I ain't never asked for. I ain't never my dad in my life asked them for no money. They be begging each other for money behind the scenes. Oh, I need to get some money. I ain't never asked them for nothing, dog. I've been real. I've been real, dog. They thought, oh, we kicked them out. Man, I left. When I left, I lost some subscribers. Guess what? When I was like, 8.5, I went down to 8,000. Guess what? Before the year was over, I was 13.5. Before I blink, I was at a 20 band. So tell me who had to jump like that without paying for them. Ain't nobody never co-signed this channel, dog. When people that been here from the beginning, people that been here from the very, very beginning, we could have a whole conversation on the thread when nobody else comments there from the beginning. Ain't nobody co-signed me, dog. I built more people platforms up than nobody co-signed me. Ain't paid for a view, ain't paid for a sub. Nobody co-signed me. So I don't have a 78 Sports TV to do a live show with, right? I ain't Deontay. I didn't pay for my subs. I ain't Boxing Ego. I ain't pay for my subs. And it's just real talk, bro. I ain't try to be Fred Sharpton and try to be this automatically this pro black guy and try to convince people I'm so black. No, bro. No, like this is the real deal, bro. Don't nobody control what I do, and there's a lot of channels wish they could step out on their own and did what I did. When dudes was getting tossed out of there, hey, you want to join us? No, bro, we cool, but no, I don't want to join nothing. I don't want to create nothing. I don't want to do nothing but be me. I don't want to be responsible for no other adults. I don't need to run in no pack, bro. I ain't no lion, bro. I'm a lone wolf, dude. I'm a lone wolf. If somebody got a question, ask anybody to hit me up on social media. Ask anybody. I usually hit you back as soon as I can. Take 10 YouTube boxing dudes or whatever you want, music entertainment dudes, and you hit their email up and see how long it take them to get back with you. It might take me a few hours, but I'll get back with you. You want to have a conversation? Hey, man, hit me up. Oh, man, how you do this? I want to start a channel. Hey, hit me up. Who can hit you back up, bitch you up? Who can accommodate your question? Who interact with you on Twitter? Who interacts with you on Instagram? Come on, man. Ain't none of these dudes doing this, man. And I'm not asking you for $1 to read your comment or nothing, dude. I'm an ordinary dude like everybody else. I don't see myself higher than nobody. I ain't no general. I ain't no colonel. I ain't no foot soldier, dude. I'm just me. I'm just me. And look at this. I don't need to call Wilder up. I don't need to call Keith up. I don't need to call Errol up to co-sign my channel. How many people y'all seen come on my channel to co-sign my channel? And it's no disrespect to the channels that do that. All this been built off commentary, bro. All this been, they know not to come from me, bro. They know not to come from me. It's bag season, bro. I'm talking about I'm putting heads in the bag. They know better. They know better not to overstep that boundary. Because I'm chopping heads off. They know better. They can bully World Breaker. They can bully PK. They can do all of that. You gonna bully me? Ain't gonna bully me. I'll get real disrespectful out here for real. They ain't gonna bully me. I say what I want to say. That's why they ain't like me, because I said what I want to say. No comment, no all commentary, not an interview. Never been never been a media credential. Come on, man, they got to give me my credit, bro. My bad. Ain't nobody else did it like me, bro. Ain't nobody else did it like me. And to keep it real, how many people made a video defending Fred though? Real talk. How many people defended Fred? Who? I'll just keep it real. We get back to boxing in a minute. How many people defended Fred after the Kelly Swanson thing? I don't know. How many people defended Fred? How many of those dudes made a video for Fred? Even after the Andre Ward thing, I made a video supporting Fred. When Fred was doing that whole, he was going around saying Sean would beat Errol and pushing Kenny Porter narrative. Who was telling people not to unsubscribe for Fred? All these dudes said, I ain't messing with Fred no more. I was like, man, I see what Fred doing, man. Fred just, putting around saying I'm the most inspirational dude on YouTube, and people, all them very same LDBC dudes unsubscribing from Fred. So why Fred don't get the same love that 78 dude? This is dude Fred. You can see his face. You can see his face. 100 black men strong. They do something in Houston. Why 78 ain't showing up? Why 78, since he the general, why he ain't putting this shit on? Because he ain't real. Or he got something to hide? Come on. Or he got something to hide? He supposed to be doing what Fred doing. In my opinion, Fred the face of the LDBC. Come on, man. Fred don't want to get the interviews and establishing the relationships and shit. And what happened to him is he let the LDBC corrupt his mind. Same thing that happened to Fanon. They all let 78 twist their mind up. And he couldn't pimp me. He couldn't pimp me. You know what I'm saying? What's that stuff off Star Wars where, Luke Skywalker tried to do the Jedi mind trick on Jabba the Hutt, but it didn't work, and Jabba said that work on weak-minded dudes? That's real talk. That's real talk. All they did was twist his mind up. Oh, Angel here, salute. I ain't seen him. All they do is twist his stuff up, man. And that's unfortunate, dude, man. And now all of a sudden he affiliated, but he not affiliated, but he is. Like, now he done became the face. I see channels that don't even. This is it. I see channels that don't even talk about the boxing blasting the LDBC, bro. Like, I didn't even know these dudes even knew it, and they like, come on, man. And Fred is the poster child for it. Fred is the poster child. I promise you not, bro. Fred face is all over. It's his shit now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's talk about keep talking about that, man. Like I said before, man, I'm not asking AJ to do nothing that these other dudes ain't doing, man. If America is supposed to be the platinum standard for boxing, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be the gold standard for boxing. You know, at the end of the day, take the first step. I understand AJ a heavyweight. Take the first step forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Errol Spence, maybe with Canelo, because he basically fight out of America. Come on, somebody in America got to set the example. The UK really for a long time ain't never set the example in boxing. So you asking the country to lead that ain't never led in professional boxing. They won some gold medals. They got a good amateur program. So y'all asking AJ to do something that y'all won't ask Errol Spence to do, and that's lead boxing. I understand that the heavyweights are a lot of people don't understand this about the heavyweights. The reason the pound for pound list was created is because the heavyweights got all the notoriety in boxing. This is why you don't rank, and somebody explained this to me like a year ago. This is why you don't rank heavyweights. Because at one point it was hard for middleweights and cruiserweights to get the shine. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you don't rank Wilder on a pound for pound list, because guess what? Why does it matter pound for pound from flyweight to bantamweight to crackhead weight to paperweight? Wilder gonna beat him. So Wilder is exempt from pound for pound unless they create a super heavyweight a category. So you don't include pound heavyweight and pound for pound. So heavyweight is its own kind of own genre because it's no limit. You can weigh as less as you want to let weigh. You can weigh as much as you want to weigh. There's no limit. There's no limit. They can always, I don't know what they meant. They can always mention me, dog. They can always, they can't see me. Guess what? You see Bomac coming on my show? No. You see Errol Spence coming on my show? No. You see Deontay Wilder coming on my show? No. Come on. You don't. You see me getting water sprayed on me at a boxing event and still coming back like a crackhead? No, you won't see that happen. I built this platform off commentary, hustle, and real trillness. I built my stuff out the mud. Ain't nobody built this foundation over here. Nobody built this foundation but me. From hustling my videos, some of the dudes that I came up watching, you know, a lot of dudes I ain't saying on there. Some dudes I came up watching, dude. I was like, man, I'm probably gonna never have many subs as them. Man, I done passed some of them dudes now. These dudes is don't know nothing about boxing. I ain't the most technical dude. I can show you the basics, but I always had an eye for sports. Basketball was always my sport. I can teach that. I can coach that. Football, I can coach that. You know what I'm saying? I could do some coaching in a lot of other sports. Golf, I did it. Like I did these things, and from time to time, I still do them. But at the same time, ain't nobody co-sign me. Ain't nobody co-sign me, and that's facts. And that's crazy though. But you know, it is what it is. And by y'all, I don't know nothing that go on over there unless somebody tells me. That's it. Somebody sent me a post about Negro Fight Fan today. I didn't know who posted was. I clicked on Instagram, clicked off of it. I could have been the a-hole and be like, hey, don't send me this no more. But no, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I don't know nothing that go over there. Like I said, I watch a lot of the smaller channels, Kofi, Champside, not small, but Champside and Bushido and Banco, and I watch a lot of small. That's it. If I watch boxing, it's mainly the interview channels. But like I said about Joshua, man, I don't no point of being on Joshua neck no more, man. Leave that man alone. Because if America not gonna take the first step forward and making the best fight the best, then it is what it is. It is what it is. Do I feel bad for Jamal Charlo? Absolutely. Things may be starting to turn in his favor. Either the storm always got to be over with. It can't rain forever. And you can't sit there and let it rain for you forever. So eventually the division's gonna have to turn over, and Bud and Jamal and other dudes got to get it another way. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk when dudes is still making millions and millions of dollars. Either you choose to support it or you choose not to support it. Charlo viewership wasn't that good. Showtime is going into the shitter. But I did hear that Showtime is going hard at a lot of fights next year. CBS is going to throw a lot of cash around. The only thing that's going to keep CBS in the game, the Showtime in the game, is putting fights on CBS. They still trying to bid on the rights to co promote or co pay per view the Wilder and Fury fight. This is something that people ain't telling you. Real talk. This is something that people ain't telling you. Like that Fox and they still haven't decided who's going to who gonna do the pay-per-view with ESPN. Showtime still trying to throw some money around. And Showtime and Fox jockeying for position. So Showtime trying to buy a lot of fights up next year. So Showtime supposed to be going hard in the paint at Fox to try to get some of these fights. Maybe they be pay-per-views, maybe they be regular fights. So Showtime is looking to the CBS Showtime looking to throw a lot of money out there. So it's not determined what Fury and Wilder are gonna be. It's gonna be ESPN, co pay-per-view, but it's not known if it's gonna be Showtime or Fox. So Showtime supposed to be throwing a lot of money. But other than that, man, like, you can't get mad at one and not get mad at the other. All the situations are sad. All the situations are sad, and it kind of make you think: are they working together behind the scenes to build the fight up and marinate these fights? Do they talk behind the scenes, or is it already understood that maybe they don't think of Charlo ready, maybe they don't think of Errol Spence ready? And I was told this a long time ago that they was gonna age Terence Crawford out. And when I first heard it, I didn't understand why. I'm like, man, Errol Spence will run through him, But the more I kind of opened my eyes to the situation, I was like everybody else. I was like, man, Errol Spence just run through Terence Crawford, and I would watch Crawford more and more, and I would see the improvements coming. I'm like, oh, okay. And then when I finally heard the truth, it was kind of different, because the truth came from one of those guys over there. He started it. Somebody else confirmed it. Floyd confirmed it, and then Errol Spence put the cherry on top and confirmed it that they didn't want to fight Terence Crawford. And I remember Floyd saying Crawford was the best fighter in the world. And I remember when he called Chad Dawson the best fighter in the world. And a lot of people don't remember how good Chad Dawson was. He just lacked the dog. If Chad Dawson had an aggressive nature to him, if you can put Mike Tyson's aggressive nature in Chad Dawson, you may have legitimately the perfect boxer. But it is what it is. I'm not mad at none of them, to be honest. At the end of the day, Earl and Sean and Dan, they can do what they want to do. We a troll. We take jokes about it, but at the end of the day, their career's over with before they even begin. Errol Spence spent 7 years at 54 in welterweight. Keith Thurman let his career go past. It's even debatable if he a Hall of Famer. Even though you say he fought Sean and Danny, and I explained this in my video to Coppinger earlier, that Keith Thurman wasn't the real WBA title holder or champion, whatever you want to call him, until he beat Danny Garcia. A lot of people don't know that. Keith Thurman was the regular WBA title holder until he fought Danny Garcia. How many title defenses did he have after he beat Danny Garcia? Because I think his belt went from intern to regular belt. So how many title defenses did he really have? He only had one. He only technically defended his Super WBA title once versus Josito Lopez. So technically he was a champion for a day. He was only champion for when he beat Lopez. Danny Garcia to me is a Hall of Famer. He got signature wins over Lucas Matisse, signature wins over Amir Khan. He had a very underrated win over Eric Morales. So people forget he was an underdog to Eric Morales. Eric Morales was coming off, I think, a war with Marcos Maidana. Just what Danny Garcia did at 140. I think Danny Garcia is a Hall of Famer. Especially the hungry Danny Garcia was an animal. And Danny Garcia, Hall of Famer to me. Errol Spence, he getting there. He just ain't done enough. But for people to kind of question if Terence Crawford a Hall of Famer and his accomplishment, how can you be lineal at two different weight classes, be undisputed at a weight class, and win a title of the third weight class and not be? Gold medalist Felipe Diaz, gold medalist Yurkus Gamboa. Beat Victor Postal, a guy Danny Garcia paid to step aside. Beat Gamboa, a guy that Mikey Garcia refused to fight and went in litigation with Top Rank. So, when I hear people say that, it used to bother me. It used to bother me You know, when people didn't understand it, but it is what it is. They going one thing that Canelo learned from Floyd is they always gonna discredit you. No matter if you beat Godzilla, you beat King Kong, or you beat a Smurf. No matter how it go, they always gonna approach what you did like you beat a Smurf. That's just the God honest truth. They always gonna treat you like you beat a Smurf. He said, "Why those dudes don't question if Leo a Hall of Famer?" Because people, I mean, I don't understand the thing about Leo Santa Cruz, but it is what it is. I mean, this is a dude that unified. You got a lot of guys out here that never unified. Mikey just finally unified when he beat Robert Garcia, Robert Easter Jr. But it is what it is, man. But people talk about Keith Thurman, but it wasn't Keith Thurman fault. Keith Thurman was a hungry lion, and instead of them feeding him with meat and all the nutrients that the hungry lion needed, they fed a carnivore as a vegetarian. He became a vegan, and when Keith Thurman became a vegan, when they started feeding him with cash instead of opponents, they gentrified Keith Thurman, man. Keith Thurman was totally rebuilt, renovated. They butt broke Keith Thurman. They turned Keith Thurman into a ferocious lion, and they tamed him. They turned him from a man-eating, carnivore, meat-eating lion to a vegetarian, dude. That's what happened. They fed him with cash. The same thing they doing to Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? They pay Errol Spence all career high paydays not to fight nobody. They prematurely put him on pay-per-view to build his status up so other PBC fighters can fight him, or to satisfy him not getting the fights that he wants. That's it. That's it. Keith Thurman and Errol Spence's career is one and the same. It's one and the same. Think about it. Keith Thurman finally got a real world title with WBC, and when he finally his regular WBA converted to a Super WBA title, right? Guess what happened to him? He got injured. What happened when Errol Spence finally unified his titles? He got injured. Before that, they were some of the most inactive champions in the world. Keith Thurman won the belt. Sean won the belt, what, 2017? Errol won the belt in 2017. He didn't fight again until January. Then he didn't fight again until June. That was quick. Ocampo. He didn't fight again until next March. Keith Thurman, the same thing. They turned the young hungry lions into vegan lions. They turned them into vegan lions. Don Riley. That's it. They turned them into vegan lions. On the cool, has any Calvin Wells says PBC made anybody's no, but Floyd was made a star because of Oscar De La Hoya. Is Vic Darchinyan a Hall of Famer? I gotta get his accomplishment. I don't remember him getting knocked out by Nonito Donaire, but Vic Darchinyan was a good fighter though. It won't put a past me. Barry McGuinness won, and Arturo Gatti won, so Vic Darchinyan won. Probably is. Donaire for sure. Donaire is part of the last dying breed. Him, Timothy Bradley, they represent the dying breed of throwback fighters. Obviously Manny Pacquiao, he in the classical zone, but that genre or that era of boxing, like 08, 09ish, that was a graduating class. They don't make them like that no more. Nonito and Timothy Bradley, and they earn their way up. And that's why I will always defend them, because I watched their careers. I watched Donaire go out his way when Bob Arum didn't want to fight Rigondeaux and fight the best. Then a few fights after he lost to that, he fought Nicholas Walters. For forever, that they will be into the Goodfellas Sports TV Hall of Fame. I watched Timothy Bradley get it the hard way. I watched Timothy Bradley come up here and learn how to throw the left hook, turn left hook over from Tommy Hart. Amir Khan too. It was shocking for me to admit that Amir Khan quit versus Terence Crawford. But those guys, Carlos Katana, Paul Williams, Sergio Martinez, man, that was like, you don't, like, when you living in a good era of sports, you don't really realize it until it's gone, until you get to a different era. And this new era took boxing in a whole different direction. I couldn't have calculated this. I couldn't calculate this because Martinez, he called out Billy Joe Saunders earlier, but Martinez and Timothy Bradley and Leo Santa Cruz and Devin Alexander. I'm telling you, 09, 08, that 140-pound division. I do not remember a division in boxing more stacked than that division. That division is the most stacked division that I can remember. And I say it all the time, from 1 to 15, you have 15 guys that all could have beat each other and been world champion at one time in that division. From Kotelnik to Matisse to Juan Urango, from Devin Alexander, Timothy Bradley, Lucas Matisse, Lamont Peterson, Kendall Holt. I mean, you can go on and on about the Marcos Madonna. Did I say Victor Ortiz already? Eric Morales was still hanging around there. That division went 1 to 15. That division was the most stacked division I could remember in boxing history. It wasn't a division better than that division. Nate Campbell, the Galaxy Warrior. That division was the real deal. That division was the real deal. That division was treacherous. And for the most part, they was all fighting each other. I know Bradley and Campbell ended in headbutts. Khan was not the same. He slow. Yeah, Khan was on a different level. Zab Judah was down there still. You know, they was down there. Actually, Theo Payne was down there somewhere. He fought Danny on the way coming up. That division, Herrera was down there, I believe. That division was crazy. Yeah, Zab was still there. Zab fought Amir Khan, Danny Garcia. He fought Lucas Matisse. People thought he got it. I remember all them fights. I wish I would have dubbed some of them. I remember all them fights, bro. Bernard and Winky. HBO was the Saturday night. Kessler and Calzaghe. Man, it wasn't a bad fight on HBO back then. Even the opening fight cards was crack. Man, that's when boxing was good, man. That's when boxing. I wouldn't mind paying for a Mayweather pay-per-view. Yeah, it was the last. It was kind of an extension of the 90s. Oh, Ricky hadn't got the hill up. He got that Mayweather payday. Hey, what year you think was better than boxing? 17 was what? Who fought in 17? 13 was a great year. I think 12 or 14 was a bad year. But 13 was a good year. I can't really remember off the top, but 13 was a good year for sure. You know, but at the end of the day, and we living in the past. You know, early this decade, Kirkland and Gulo. I was a lot of good fights, man. I could just keep going on and on. I say that for the decade wrap up show. I say that for the decade wrap up show, but 14 was the year that Al Hammond and Richard Schaefer ran out all them Golden Boy contracts, allegedly. That was the year that happened. I remember now. But you go back to from 2000 to 2009, any of those years probably top any year this decade. For real talk. You had Paul Williams fighting. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting, who he could. He beat Margarito, lost to Katana, came back, beat Katana. He knocked Carmen Centron out the ring. He faked the injury. You got a lot, man. I can just keep going on and on about that shit, man. But at the end of the day, now it's gonna call for dudes, and I want to get to this part of the video. It's gonna call for dudes to reinvent themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna call for dudes to reinvent themselves and do other things and find another path. And I will tell y'all what Bud Crawford path gonna be. But let's talk about Charlo. Jamal Charlo is simply going to have to. We'll start off with Wilder. At the end of the day, until his company start doing right by people, I'm still gonna be a supporter. Mad love for the champ, but I'm not about to be out here battling against Anthony Joshua. I said I didn't care about the fight and when AJ lost, it didn't matter no more. It just confirmed to me Wilder gonna knock him out. But if we see it, we see it. But history tells us that we probably gonna see it and it's gonna be past his expiration date. That's what history always tell you. So if AJ chooses to sit over in the UK, I'm not about to use my platform to bash AJ and blast AJ. Makes no sense. Let AJ do what he gonna do, because if Errol Spence can do other things, and Canelo can do other things. Let him. So AJ at Wilder, AJ got choices for days. What AJ gonna do? There's no insider information here. AJ gonna fight Puev, keep the IBF. Usyk gonna fight Chisora. He gonna come back fight Chisora if he's successful. Then after that, they probably gonna do, if Fury don't beat Wilder. After that, they probably gonna do the Andy Ruiz trilogy. Then he gonna have another mandatory do. So they already got what AJ don't need Wilder. And if Anthony Joshua truly wanted to come back to the United States, what better way is to come back to the United States versus Brocksworth Puev? What better way to come back to the United States and fight Puev? Come on, it's a gimme. It's a gimme fight. And then all Eddie Hearn got to do is make it a heavyweight undercard. You can take Dillian Whyte and put him versus and borrow Dominic Brazil. You know what I'm saying? You get Trevor Bryan and you can put him versus Felipe Harkovich. You know what I'm saying? And then whichever heavyweight out there, so you can rent Joe Joyce, and put him versus the Turkish guy that just gave FN Jabwe a tough fight. And that's a New York throwback heavyweight type of card. Skills from New Orleans, salute. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. And I know AJ gonna beat Kubrat Puev, so why not reintroduce him to the division? It makes perfect sense. But the reason why they won't do that is because Anthony Joshua is now a pay-per-view star again in the UK. So the Sky Sports didn't like it when AJ went to America, then he lost. So he lost a pay-per-view star, then Dillian Whyte got in trouble. So now Eddie Hearn is going to reestablish AJ on Sky, and then he's just going to fight most of his fights over there, especially the Puev fight, because they got to get him rolling back over there. So that is what it is with that. But, with Charlo, you got people talking about the David Benavidez fight. He said YWC talking about Ruiz being mandatory for Wilder. I'm not sure. I didn't hear that. But yeah, AJ did like 1.6 over there. But it was they increased the pay-per-views to 25 pounds. I know in some countries it was high as 20, or some places high as 27 pounds. So yeah, he did a great job. But the 1.8 million he did on the zone was global. But I'll talk about that towards the end. Jamal Charlo, now you got people talking about him fighting David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I see some improvement in him with Ronnie Shields. As far as going to the body, footwork look a little bit better. I like to see Ronnie put him on his toes a little bit, especially if they're gonna be planning to move up. But Charlo getting better, but to go up to 168, I really don't see why. He still got a lot of improving to do with his footwork and setting up his shots, but he getting better. I like to see him a little bit more loose up top too. If he's not gonna get on his toes and move a little bit better, I like to see the Jamal Charlo a little bit more elusive at the hips and at the torsos. But I see him. Him and Ronnie working on things, man, and Ronnie Shields to get them together. He'd be the best Charlo that he can be under Ronnie. I respect Ronnie, but at one point I thought they was getting a little bit lethargic, a little bit stale, but they worked some things out now. He looked pretty good handling Dennis Hogan foot movement. I thought Hogan foot movement would give him some issues, and it did. His left foot was looking good. His punches was looking good, but then Charlo, he unveiled some body punches. And, that's something he should have been doing a long time ago, is, dropping that jab to the body and dropping hard shots to the body. But when you have a good height advantage over a lot of junior middleweights and middleweights, you forget to go to the body. But Paul Williams did it all. He dropped the stick to the head, dropped it to the body, bam, bam, hard body shot. So, I think Charlo just need to, just keep improving. But, now he got an opportunity to fight Demetrius Andrade. I think that's a fight that can supplement Errol Spence and Terence Crawford and make us forget about that fight. I think that may motivate Errol Spence. It may motivate Sean Porter. It may motivate Keith Thurman to want to fight each other and fight Terence Crawford, because that they can, like, once again, you can take the lead step forward to show people that black fights do matter. Black fights matter. And I know somebody's gonna want to turn that into a t-shirt, man. Dog, hey, salute. Black fights matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. Black fighting black, it matters. And Andrade and Charlo should get together. They should hash out a deal. And what else they could innovate too is, what the zone say or whatever they say, we got $8 million for the fight. You know what? I take 3, you take 3, and the winner get 2. Or we split three and a half, and the winner get 500,000. You know what I'm saying, out the purse. And at the end of the day, you know, we do a cup. We do a cup, the PBC DAZN Cup. So anytime if Charlo win, then the cup go back to the PBC. So if the zone and PBC do another fight, kind of like college. The zone and PBC do another fight, and the zone fighter win, the zone get the cup, and they get bragging right. They should have a bunch of money right there. So anytime Top Rank, the zone, and PBC fighters fight each other, they should split the purse up. However they gonna split it, and put some money aside, and have some money on the table wheeled into the ring. So whichever fighter win, they get the 500,000, they get the $1,000,000 on the table, and they get the bragging right cup. You know what I'm saying? Make it a competition. I feel that's a good idea. Maybe I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? And Charlo and Andrade can be the lead for that. So if you think you're gonna win, they give us $8 million for the fight. You take 3, I take 3, or you take 3.5, I take 3.5, and then the winner get the extra. The winner get the $1 million. That makes sense. So then next time PBC DAZN do something, hey, the cup come out, we do it the same way. All right, they say they getting $10 million for the fight. I get 70. Old boy get 3. Right. All right, I'll show 3. You take 0.5 out my 7. I take a 0.5 or a meal out my, and then we fight for the money on the table. And now you got bragging rights. And also, when the fighter, like if they do the fight on the zone, you know, and Charlo and the next time they do a PBC versus the zone fight, they can do it on the next platform. Or the next time they do it on the next platform, then the winner, next time they do something, it's on the next platform. Whoever got the most money. So it makes sense. They need to be innovative. And all these square businessmen are not thinking outside the box. They're not thinking outside the box. They're not thinking how to get the fans' juices going. Imagine if they say they fighting for $1 million extra, like a TV show contest. And Andrade or Charlo win, and they have a ring girl, fine ass ring girl, you know, wheel out $1 million in cash, break it up in ones, 50s and 10s, and make it look like a lot of money, and put a trophy. It's, you know, that's what they should be thinking about doing, you know. But they don't think. They think because they think they got their degrees, they know everything. And then next time PBC DAZN, you could put Top Rank in it on it too, and the cup go back with them. You know, whoever, and then the cup just keep going back and forth. And after 10, 20 years, shit, you know, it may be only PBC and Top Rank left. So, you know, the cup got a lot of prestige to it. That makes sense. You know, fight for something. Just boxing ain't got to be, I want a 50-50 split and everybody. Nah, fans want controversy. Fans want a storyline. They want controversy in the storyline. So what more controversy than, you fighting for $500,000 or extra $1 million on the line? Come on, now it's like a game show. Now it's like a TV show. People want to see that, man. But that's up to them to do. If they want to be innovators, they want to step into the next decade and show that black fights matter. They can be innovators. Abraham, servant, salute. Alan Foster, salute. If you want to be innovators, be innovators. That's facts. If you want to be an innovator, be an innovator. But none of these dudes want to be innovators, dude. Everybody want to follow Floyd. Break the mold going into the next decade. Break the mold. Break the mold. Be different. And Charlo and Andrade, y'all can be different. You know, they can start signing 1-on-1 deals. I fight you once on the zone, I fight you once on PBC. You know, so that's they need to be thinking different. But and then, for Crawford, it is what it is, man. I'll tell you, all right, we get the rumor, then I open up Q&A. We get to the rumors real quick, and I'll start off with Terence Crawford, and I'll talk about what's going on with Devin Haney, bro. I really ain't. Okay. I'm trying to see where I want to start off at. Top Rank not playing about that in the future. They want to do something like that. Remember I told you they wanted Crawford to go to 54 and Charlo Adames, but he lost. He was playing when he said he's going to do that next 160, but they do want to go to 154 or 60 in the future. I heard they want to face Sean next, then the winner of Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, but at 47, if not 140 reasons why Bob is pushing for the fight because Crawford can face the winner. I heard that I heard they want someone like Canelo at 160 or any other champions. And basically I asked Taylor Ramirez not happening or they going or having they gonna wait. Yeah, they're gonna wait because the WBO ordered Ramirez to fight is mandatory. He said, but it's possible. It's a possible fight for 2020. They looking at that as a fight for the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. Another thing is that they might do is Ramirez moves up to 147 so Zepeda can get his belts. But I heard they want Ramirez, Taylor, or Sean Porter, or 54-60. Crawford has options. He won't stop because PBC guys don't want to fight him. Ramirez can fight his mandatory in April, Josh Taylor in September, and the winner can fight Crawford at the end of the year. So yeah, so I'm like I said, that's told y'all I had some. If you hang around, y'all was gonna hear something. Anything else I got going on? Okay. Let me go all the way and see what's going on. Okay. Okay. This is what y'all gonna want to know for this weekend. Okay. I keep forgetting. Like it's been a bad week. Um. Okay. We're gonna just start here, right? Uh, yeah, bro. Showtime is going hard next year. At least that's what I'm told. They're going to try to get a lot of big fights. Austin Trout, y'all do know, is headed to his first card on the Impact Network. That's a Christian TV channel, I believe, by Wayne T. Jackson. I think he owns that channel. He's a pastor from Detroit, Brandon T. Jackson's father. Oblali and Donier bantamweight fight order for the WBC. Mikey started camp for Vargas today. This was a couple days ago, or yesterday, and will fight Pacquiao after that because the zone is only a one fight deal. Mikey also said that it's an interview on this one. They made an offer for the Lopez and Danny Garcia fight. He ducked. Blase Blah told me that Danny didn't want to take it for the Josito Lopez fight. Same for Lipias. He ducked him. Both fighters were offered. He didn't want to take none. Yugas too. He ducked that fight. That's why Yugas went the WBA route. Puev is probably going to be fighting Anthony Joshua in the UK, I heard. Ryan Garcia and Jorge Linares, according to Stevie Kim, co-headline a card in February here in the 8th or the 14th in the LA area. Yes, they are setting up this collision course for later 2020 for 2020. Chisora and Usyk next February or March. Mikey will be going to the Visual Tees fight. They can probably announce something there about him fighting Jesse Vargas. That's this Friday. At least that's what I'm hearing. Leonard Ellaby said that he told me Tank will step up and make his pay-per-view debut in 2020. We all know that's going to be Leo Santa Cruz. Also, Chavez and Danny Jacobs, they had their blood tests and all that already going. He said, did you hear what Charlo said to the media about Crawford? Honestly, I give him a lot of respect for that because there was people at PBC that didn't like that. Told y'all that already. And pretty much that is what's going on. Yep, pretty much that's what's going on. So I told you guys a lot. So I told y'all what Crawford's contingency plan is. They do have a contingency plan. Bob Arum been in the business a long time. Bob been in the business a long time, so they have a plan for Crawford. The plan was to fight Adames, but he lost to Chisora. So that changed some things, man. So y'all got some questions? I answer some. Oh, I forgot about Dillian Whyte, bro. Give me a minute. Dillian Whyte was reinstated by the WBC today as an interim title holder. He will be Wilder's mandatory after Tyson Fury, which is February 22nd. Not sure if they're going to announce the fight this weekend because I don't think they settled on a provider yet. It will be ESPN. I mean, a network. It will be ESPN between Showtime and Fox. That's supposed to be going down February 22nd. I also heard JoJo Diaz and Tevin Farmer might not be going down on prequels Super Bowl Sunday. Prequel before the Super Bowl. So I'm still trying to figure out what's going to happen with that. But, for Dillian Whyte, good for him. It don't matter. If I'm Wilder, I'm fighting Dillian Whyte next after Tyson Fury. But can't look past Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, good fighter. I thought he edged Wilder last time. Like I said before, you look at his last two performances. People might not say he didn't fight nobody in time shorts. He struggled with Otto Wallin, but Otto Wallin could do some things that Wilder can't. He bring a different style to the ring. He was willing to smother Fury and take away Fury range to fight Fury up close. The one thing that worried me about the Fury and Wilder fight is Wilder trying to really open up that cut when he needs to just stay focused on working the body, then bringing it upstairs. But for Dillian Whyte, good for him. It don't really matter. If I'm Wilder, if I get done with Fury, I'm trying to fight Dillian Whyte next. I'm not looking at Konowski. I'm not looking at nobody else. I want to beat Dillian Whyte ass, and I want to beat him in front of the UK. But people give Dillian Whyte all this credit, but give Wilder no credit for beating English muffins like Derek Chisora, ducking Luis Ortiz, fighting Joseph Parker. Fighting Derek Chisora again, fighting Lucas Brown, fighting Oscar Rivas. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, it is what it is. Dillian Whyte, he worked the system. He didn't have to fight Luis Ortiz for a title eliminator. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to fight Dominic Brazil for a title eliminator. He didn't have to play by the rules. He failed the drug test. I don't care what they said. Allegedly, I'd say that to cover my own self. And now he's still getting a water fight. But guess what? He got to wait. A lot of things can happen from January 2020 to February 2021. Maybe by the grace of God, Wilder and Joshua come with something. And, it's just Dillian Whyte got to step aside. But once again, it's no point in fighting Dillian Whyte in the United States for Deontay Wilder. You want to make a statement to Anthony Joshua and put him on notice and put the pressure on the UK fans. That's what Wilder got to keep doing. And that pressure started with fighting Tyson Fury. And then it should continue to start with beating up Dillian Whyte. Go to the UK after you fight. Forget being a pay-per-view star in America right now. After you beat Tyson Fury, go to the UK and fight Dillian Whyte and get the majority of the Sky shares over there. Fight Dillian Whyte over there. Beat Dillian Whyte down in front of all them fans. Try to get it at Wembley, wherever you can. You know what I'm saying? After you beat up Dillian Whyte, hey, then, if me, I'm trying to beat up everybody in the UK. Until Anthony Joshua come out and want to fight. But that has to be the game plan. It has to be Fury and Dillian Whyte 2020 for Wilder. No Konowski, none of that, man. If you want to smoke out Anthony Joshua, you have to have the Brits fans question him when he go get a bagel, when he go buy a donut, when he go get some cream cheese, go get some milk. You got to create chaos. You got to create mass confusion in the UK. You can't do that from the United States. Only way you can do that is beating up Fury in the United States, then going to the UK and just obliterating Dillian Whyte. So PBC don't really have a good structure plan. You know what I'm saying? PBC, it reminds me of a mom and pop type of operation. It does. And I'm explaining this before I open up Q&A. PBC reminds me of a mom and pop organization because, the one thing that stood out to me and when I kind of trying to figure out they had no structure is when Andre Rozier, when he still was cool with Danny Jacobs, said the reason why they left PBC is because they never knew when they had a fight coming. PBC never told them, oh, you got to fight, or it was always rushed to get together for a fight date. They left PBC because Eddie Hearn and HBO offered them a consistent fight schedule. So PBC is run off a mom and pop organization. This is why 6-8 weeks before a fight, you get an announcement, you get a venue. So you don't get 3 or 4 months to stack up for a fight and to go travel. They tell you 2 weeks, a month and a half, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months and a half before a fight happening. So they don't give you a good enough idea. When they announced the Tony Harrison fight, like in the beginning of November, we found out it was like in Ontario. We didn't even get a full 2 week notice. 2 month notice. So they run like a mom and pop organization. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go to a soul food spot, or you go to a mom and pop clothing store, they don't have no structure. You know what I'm saying? They run on rules that's on the fly. So if PBC actually kind of ran like a business, Top Rank runs like a business. You know what I'm saying? And they've been in the game since the 70s. They run like a business. Al Heyman running his stuff like a mom and pop shop. So, a lot of times his fighters do get injured in camp. A lot of times his fighters do be out of shape because they don't know when they're going to fight. They don't know when they're going to fight. It might be 4, 5, 6 weeks before a fight. You going to fight this guy. Like, really? So, of course, they got to promote harder than Top Rank because guess what? Just 2 months ago, they just found out that this fight was going to happen. Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Broner. They announced that like the end of November, and it was happening at the end of January. So, how do you supposed to promote and properly build that up? You smash promote. You smash promote. You smash promote. And that's why PBC got to promote harder than Top Rank. But at the end of the day, for Dillian Whyte, I would gladly oblige him if I'm Wilder to fight him in the UK. No other that fight can happen no other place. It doesn't make sense to happen in the United States. You want to mortify those fans. You really want to Ivan. I don't want to say Ivan Drago, but you really want to make an example out of him in front of his countrymen, and create that doubt and put that. The only people that can put pressure on AJ is the British fans. He don't care if he never fight in the United States again. So shout out to Dillian Whyte. He got reinstated. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be looking to knock his head off his shoulders. Legitimately, I'll be looking to knock his head off his shoulders in the UK at Wembley Stadium. I'll let Eddie Hearn front the bill. As long as they come up with my cash, we'll beat Dillian Whyte black ass. For real, Raise on 718. Salute. But yeah, I got some questions. I answer Q&A real quick. I got Q&A. I answer them. Like I said, we all say, oh, Master Shelly Finkel, Master Bob Arum. Guess what? All these networks owned by somebody owned by the other. You know what I'm saying? All these networks owned by the other. So I don't see nobody but Austin Trout fighting on the black network. Austin Trout the only one that's fighting on the black network, on the Impact network. So, at the end of the day, y'all say master this, master that. All these dudes fighting. Al Heyman worked for Fox. He worked for Showtime. And last time I checked, didn't know Brother Man own that. He said Devontae Graham dropped 40 on the Charlotte. Oh, I got him on fantasy tonight, Playboy. And I probably got him in the worst lineup. How much you want to bet? Patrick Beverly got hurt. Man, he was balling, bro. That's crazy. Man, that be killing me, dog. I can't believe Patrick Beverly got hurt. Because he had like 24 at the half. Zach LaVine bought. LeBron, I think he almost reached. I don't know what I got of Devontae Graham, man. Let me see. I know I got him somewhere. Hold on. Yeah, I got him right here. Hold on. It's one of these. Yeah, he had 51 fantasy points. Gobert dropped a 50 ball too. Davis dropped a 50 ball. He didn't reach ideal number. Patrick Beverly messed me up. These dudes be so soft getting injured. For real. James Harden had 76. Ugh. Kimba dropped 62 fantasy points. That's crazy. We'll see how the night end out though. But yeah, let me see. Let me get to these questions. I thought Trout was going to 147. I guess it was too hard for Danny. I don't know what happened. I never heard of Impact Network. It's a Christian network. I think it's owned by Wayne T. Jackson. Remember Brandon T. Jackson? He did all the comedy hype interviews on YouTube. He was talking about, he did Big Mama's House with Martin and stuff of that nature. He was in was it Percy Jackson's movies? Was it Percy Jackson in the Lightning Bolt or something? Now I have Charlo versus Tony 50-50. I'm afraid Charlo gonna let his emotions get to him. This dude had makeup on, bro. I'm gonna talk about that a lot this weekend or next week. That dude had makeup on, man. He's so mad and angry though, but his rap sheet kind of say he that way. I hate to say that, bro. I'm not gonna talk about the stuff that he allegedly did, but it is what it is. He is angry. You know what I'm saying? And the problem with him is he said he improved versus Jorge Carter. No, he didn't. He's still telegraphing and loading up on his shots. He is better range. But we'll see. It's definitely a good fight. Alan Williams, will we ever see Brooke versus Khan? I seen Kell Brook back in the gym, but I don't know. I ain't really heard much from Khan. But I still want to see that fight. Skills from New Orleans. I'm starting to wonder if the media purposely says super fights just to lure us in for elite 3 or 4 tier fighter, fatten their pockets just to see the marinade or lose the process. Yeah, they call anything super fights. It ain't that many super fights out there. For black people, super fights Crawford, Errol, Spence, Charlo, and Andrade is a super fight for us. But you talking about actual super fights in boxing? I mean, it's tough. You mean AJ and Wilder, and Canelo and Who else Canelo got out there? Whew, Canelo Golovkin, since it did well on HBO, people will still say that. So it's not a lot of super fights out there, man. It's a lot of turnover going on, man. But Mayweather and Pacquiao might be one you still might be getting. But yeah, he said I agree. Wilder and Whyte should happen in the UK. Mark, I want the Ukraine crowd to be singing Wilder and singing in Wilder KO Brazil like KO Whyte like he did Brazil. Zolife A13 salute. Think we gonna undisputed at 454? Yeah, I think it may happen. And De La Hoya, even if Teixeira do beat Castanos and didn't fight Castanos, De La Hoya always willing to make the best fights. You can't say that about Oscar. Oscar sent Jojo Diaz to fight Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? Oscar sent a few fighters over the top rank, I believe. He sent Joel Gonzalez to fight Shakur Stevenson. Oscar make the best fights. I ain't gonna lie. They made Chavez and Canelo together. Chavez was the Al Heyman fighter. He said maybe, but Wilder motto is one face, one champion. I mean, yeah, that should be everybody motto. I think we going all right that one. Who you got? Charlo Harrison too. I really ain't decided, but I'm rolling with my 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 supporters to the Detroit guy, Tony Harrison. Punch quote salute. He said thought Trout was going to report. Okay, I read that one. I never heard about. Okay, I read that one. I must have went up too high. What did Charlo say about Bud? He basically said they're in the same situation. It's on Fight Hub. He said in the same situation they got mad because he mentioned Terence. They can't say Terrence's name. They're not supposed to. You know, they get mad. He said they both in the same situation and they got to get the fights to feed their families. Pretty much what he said. Mark Pinkerton, Haney versus Fortuna. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Haney just had shoulder surgery. Go check his Instagram. Haney had shoulder surgery, so it won't be no Fortuna fight. So it seemed like he had some type of rotator cuff surgery. My pops just had that. Like he said, he had the same fucking surgery my pops just had, but they put your arm in the sling. So Devin Haney and Fortuna ain't gonna happen. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, people. I knew that was gonna be a tough fight. Devin Haney was just at the age. Oh no, he was just supporting AJ and all that stuff. So it looked like Devin Haney didn't found a little way out the Fortuna fight right now. So that is what it is. He said Patrick Beverly with 24 at the half. And he got injured, bro. Patrick Beverly got injured, dog. That was so. Dude, Patrick Beverly about to give me another 50 ball. If he would put up another 20, I would be in the money right now. Easily. They ain't going to discipline the Patriots. We ain't even going to go there. He said, will Conor Brooke ever happen? I'm not sure. Lions only makeup for men. You ain't lying, bro. I'd kill for somebody to Photoshop that. I had a Photoshop class in college. I didn't take that shit serious. I should have, bro. We beat Boston tonight. Oh, y'all did? What TJ Warren do? His bump. Man, this dude was pissing me off at the half, bro. I could legitimately choke TJ Warren, bro. He did better. I'm pretty sure he did, but he did about the same as Sarge at halftime. Sarge legitimately pissed me off. Warren had 19 points. Oh, ooh, I can forget Warren. Harrison got him off. Wish he would have been doing that from the beginning. Most people only remember him from the 2 defeats. I mean, yeah, Charlo started it. Charlo was like, hey, you took this loss from me and you stole my binky. Like, come on, man. You ain't letting up all the makeup. Yeah, dude had makeup on, bro. And then they didn't want to even let Tony Harrison talk. They was letting Jamel Charlo do all the talking. They was telling Tony Harrison was saying, my boy he cool with Tony. He was telling me that they told Tony to tone it down. Is Canelo versus Bud likely fight? Yeah, I heard it's likely at some point. I mean, that's your measures calls for different time. People gonna compare him to Floyd. He got to put on a Floyd type of performance. But the difference is it won't be no catch weight. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And Bud is gonna have to be Floyd. He had to be perfect that fight. To be honest, he got to be perfect. He got to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? He got to be perfect, and he got to be disciplined, and he got to be perfect that fight. That's the God honest truth. You know what I'm saying? But he got the attributes. He got the arm length. He got the height. He got the speed. You know what I'm saying? He just got to have the chin in the weight. You know what I'm saying? But that immortalized him. That's better than the Errol Spence win. It was so funny. Errol Spence was talking about fighting Canelo. If you ask me who got a better style for the fight, I really can't tell you. I really can't. Not right now. I mean, if it came down to boxing skills and the boxing Canelo and Crawford, but it came down to weight and size, you have to go to Spence. But depending on how Spence will fight Canelo. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Who says next year, 2 years from now, Canelo still could make 160? I heard Canelo going over to the matchroom though after 2 more fights, so we'll see. Who's on the Charlo Harrison undercard? All right, I'm gonna name that off last. So give me a minute, Brian. I don't think Mikey can beat Jesse Vargas, so Pacquiao might need a new dance partner unless Pacquiao and Mikey Hoppers. It might be Sean Porter. Had Sean Porter beat Errol Spence, it'll be Sean Porter versus Manny Pacquiao, from what I heard. But I think Mikey will beat Jesse Vargas, but you could be right. But Vargas coming down in weight too. Oscar cashes his fires off, win or lose. Oscar loves to gamble. I'm not reading that. Y'all crazy. Well, we need Al Heyman to be like Oscar from that aspect then. Haney about to move to 140, bro. That Fortuna work ain't no joke for an inexperienced Haney. Yep. He for sure got on the ground. My shoulder. He did his best Bernard Hopkins and Matt Corby. My shoulder. I remember we was watching that. I had streamed that. This is when I used to have my computer back in the day hooked up to my TV. And my boy, he came over. He said his mom was ordering the Jacobs, the Dawson and Hopkins fight. I was like, man, tell your mom don't order that shit, B. And the next thing you know, we watching in the basement, bro. And Bernard Hopkins like, my shoulder. It's like my shoulder. Yeah, Haney told Tom business at the water fight. He had a shoulder injury when asked about fighting back in Oakland. Okay, I missed out on that one. Cool. So yeah, he out for a minute. That Fortuna fight ain't about to happen. Hope I ain't gonna say, man. I don't want to see nobody get murdered, bro. I don't want to see nobody get killed. Dillian Whyte got a family. He doing what he got to do to get the fight. Cowboys versus Eagles will be the game of the season. I got the Cowboys, bro. I hate to say it. Add me on Facebook. I don't know what your Facebook is, bro. Wilder, the most hated boxer for no reason. It's always a reason. Crawford's gonna have to clinch effectively. He got to be defensive responsible. He got to Mayweather did it so sweet though, man. Mayweather dominated Canelo. He wasn't running. Mayweather put the Beach by Dre on if you go back and watch. Bud gonna have to knock Canelo out to get a draw. You ain't lying. Maybe they have Andrade show up and Crawford make up and fool Canelo. Devin fought 4 times, doesn't have real killer. Surgery is real. Yeah, I didn't know he fought that many times. Y'all keep putting McTreasure in timeout. He's not saying anything bad. I don't know. I don't even see McTreasure. Check his Instagram. He has. Yeah, I seen. Yeah, he did. I like Bud and Spence. The Spence that fought Porter wouldn't beat Canelo, and I don't like Canelo. Bud got the style, feet, foot, IQ, dog to win, but does he have the weight? And he got the defensive discipline. He like to take chances though. Floyd took chances versus Canelo though. I can't say he didn't. Floyd, you gotta watch that fight and appreciate that fight. Is Chicken Cruz really fighting Tank, or I heard he fighting Tank. I heard PBC fight. I heard PBC forcing their fighters to fight the best. I did hear that because they having problems selling out tickets and with viewership. They having money problems and they need to do better viewership. But Fox helping them out with the money problems. He said, "I swear Detroit got the same spirit. You remind me of my cousin. Salute, Carbon Power, McTreasure. Oh, I'm not talking about McTreasure. I don't even see McTreasure. I watched Chad and Bernard fight. My mom's ordered it, and it was so heated that Bernard, because he was like, he didn't even slam him down. He was like, my shoulder. I'll never forget that, bro. Because I had a Dell PC, and I probably had a laptop at the time. I had a Dell PC, and I hooked up to my TV, and this is how we fought. Well, this is when streaming fights first became. This was before it became popular, and I found out how to stream fights. So we ain't had to chip in on the 70 ball. So I streamed that. Man, I'm glad we didn't pay for it. And then we didn't pick the 1800 bottle up, and we didn't went to go party for the night. That was a quick night. We used to watch the fight and then, hit the parking lot pimping or go to the club. That was crazy, bro. I'll never forget that. He was like, my shoulder, my shoulder. Dog. We was clowning him, dog. We was clowning him. We was clowning him, bro. He's like, my shoulder, my shoulder. I'll never forget that. My boy, ain't nothing wrong with that fool shoulder. He said, I mean, then picked his combo. Crawford might get baited into. Yeah, exactly. That's why I agree. Triple H, he might get baited. Canelo and Joshua are two of the most overrated boxers of the decade. I would say like Leo Santa Cruz, but it is what it is. Canelo and Joshua. I mean, they get money, so I don't think they care what I think. I thought Rizzo Ortiz versus Brad Solomon. I don't even know Brad. Is that Brad Solomon? He wasn't the one that fought Jermaine Taylor. I don't know who Brad Solomon is. I don't even know the Solomon that fought Jermaine Taylor, and Taylor got a world title at the end of his career. So I don't know much about him. I've been listening to I've been listening to his boxing. Like, salute Brandon Smith. You stay getting on Hopkins for something. But I like Hopkins, man. I did a report. I had a 12th grade. I had a 12th grade English class in 11th grade. I did a report on Bernard Hopkins, bro. So it was just funny to me, bro. Bernard, one of my favorite all time fighters, bro. His story incredible, but he did change over the time, though. But what you mean makeup? This dude had makeup on, bro. Charlo had makeup on, dog. I'm telling you. This man, that dude had makeup on. You heard Rio the Young from Flint? No, I ain't heard about him. I wonder did he just fight at the soundboard? I'm not buying his own fight until they fix their production. Their production garbage. You ain't lying. I finally heard it the first time I heard it was this past Saturday on live. So I always watch the Sky telecast. He ain't want no parts of Chad. That was because he knew Chad can box. Was in second round after the fight. Chad was like, our styles ain't matched. And he told Pascal he trained 4 weeks for that fight and 8 weeks for Bernard fight. Yeah, Pascal and Chad Dawson fight was sad. He could have beat Pascal if he had some dog. Jamel living that highly weirdo lifestyle. Now, he got a bingo jacket on. He got makeup on and blonde hair and stuff. Like, this dude really got makeup on, dog. He's like, I wouldn't even want to live in Detroit. Like, dude, you from Lafayette, Louisiana. I don't even know where that's at. You know what I'm saying? You claiming Houston. Houston dudes don't even mess with him, bro. He from Lafayette. Oh, but yeah, somebody asked about the undercard. Yeah, I gotta. I wonder if I still got that picture, man. So I ain't got to go on BoxRec because I got the picture. Yeah, here we go, right here. Andre Dirrell making his 175-pound debut, I think, versus Juan Cabrera. He 24-2, and Dirrell is 26-3. FN Jabway is fighting Ego Kilades. Hugo Centennial Jr. making his return versus Juan Macias Montel. He 21-4-1. Oscar Escadon, who fought Gary Russell, is fighting Jack Tippera, 23-0. And Harrison and Jamel, nothing to laugh about. I mean, a lot to laugh about, nothing to watch. Terrible undercard. I don't even know what that dude's name is. Grashevich versus Ridge Ortiz would be a good fight right now. That dude's first name is out of control. You spelled that. Congratulations. I'm straight copy and pasting that nigga name. Terrible. And if you want to know the reason they fighting in Ontario, California, a lot of people are asking me this. It's because they couldn't decide on the venue. Tony wanted to take it to Detroit back in June. Charlo wanted it in Houston, so they couldn't decide where to fight at. I'm assuming Jamel Charlo didn't want to fight back in New York, so PBC chose Ontario, California. If Jamel wanted to be gangster, he should have came and fought in Detroit. Scary ass. Lion would have went home furless. Lafayette is 45 minutes from Baton Rouge. Head west towards Texas. It'll take an hour and a half from New Orleans, headed west towards. This dude gave me map question. Ain't it the capital of Louisiana, or is it Baton Rouge? I think Lafayette the capital. Yeah, remember we got spoiled from PBC 2 years ago. They had a dog undercard with on Broner and Vargas. I even went out to that joint. Hey man, when it's a good fight in Brooklyn, bro, Brooklyn be lit. For real. Brooklyn was crowded. I was there the same night. Tekashi 6ix9ine got the shooting up in there, man. Brooklyn was lit that night, bro. New York, man. If you go to New York at the right time when it ain't too hot, but it ain't cold, even when it's cold, New York is like, I mean, there ain't too many other places I want to be, bro. For real. You're fucking up my stream. Oh, Baton Rouge is the capital. I straight was gonna end it too. They won't even give me a chance to end the stream. For real, they didn't give me a chance to end the stream. He said Baton Rouge the capital. I said, okay, I didn't know which was the capital. Ain't Lafayette the capital or something? Another Lafayette? Brooklyn is lit. I was at the Charlo fight. Yeah, that shit be lit, man. Even though old girl at the Buffalo Wild Wings gave me the wrong order. But Brooklyn be lit. I mess with it. BK9 salute. Until there's a blackout, then it's dangerous. Fuck. That shit was lit as hell. It got a totally different feel from Queens and Manhattan. And I ain't been to Harlem yet, but it got a totally different feel than the other couple boroughs I've been to. When you go to Brooklyn, you feel the energy. You feel the energy. You get off the train for real. If these fights close, they gonna give it to Charlo because they want Charlo and J Rock. Yeah, in my opinion, I think that's a better fight, Charlo and J Rock. You're right. That's a better fight. And you know Charlo don't get rematches because he never gave Vanez a rematch. You said Andre, or Anthony, Andre Durrell. Andre Durrell making the 75-pound debut. Andre. You like Jamil Heron? Yeah, he tight. He cool people. He fighting Carl Frampton. That's a winnable fight for him. Frampton ain't that good to me. Ever since I see him make his United States debut, he got dropped. Like 4 times. The dude that dropped him, he ended up getting killed by some cartel, I think, in Mexico. H Money used to do his walking Brooklyn tours and stopping at different food joints. Yeah, they got a ton of food joints over there. Throughout New York, you got to be good to be stand in New York for food joints. I ate in Times Square. I ate pretty much everywhere I wanted to. John's Pizza, my favorite spot in Juniors, and then you got the Brooklyn Diner. They straight. And then you go to Flushing, the little Chinese place. They got all type of Chinese restaurants in there. They got $20 massages, all that junk. Don't try to be no average size dude or no big dude trying to find clothes there. It ain't gonna work. I would like to see Harrison get a rematch with Hurd. Yeah, I don't know what Hurd doing, bro. He said he should be announcing something soon. I think he moving up. They about to rob Tony December 21st. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Think about it. J Rock and Tony Harrison, that don't move the needle. And they just gonna say he should have lost the first fight, But at the end of the day, Charlo never gave Vanez a rematch. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we gotta see. Tony Harrison, he gotta come out there and he gotta be aggressive. But not fight out of character. You heard what about to happen Tank with Floyd X? Have you heard what happened to Tank with Floyd X? No, I ain't heard nothing about that. Bostic, I had my hammer on me all night. Yeah, any major city, especially like Brooklyn, you gonna have your junk on you. Your junk on you. But anybody got any other questions? All right, I'm gonna head out. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow, Goodfellow Sports TV. We gone.